welcome back to Hollylight Builds. LEGO have created a whole array of original and licensed LEGO themes. Whilst some of these have withstood the test of time, others were faced with cancellation. And in this video, I'll be counting down my top 10 favourites of these cancelled LEGO themes of the past 20 years. First up is LEGO Video, a short-lived collaboration with Universal Music Group that LEGO described as blending music, digital play and LEGO building. LEGO Video received 2 ranges in 2021 and was centred around the Video app, where consumers could create music videos to a library of songs by scanning the minifigures and the 2x2 beat-bit tiles from their physical LEGO video sets. This sounded like an exciting premise, but the app turned out to be a bit of a buggy mess. LEGO did put a lot of effort into the marketing of this theme, and the Video Llama was even the mascot DJ for the infamous 2021 LEGOCon. However, the theme still sold poorly, mainly due to the ridiculously high price points of the sets, leading them to become heavily discounted in stores, which was when I began to collect the theme. I even managed to find some of the Video Beatbox sets for nearly 80% off, and I've never found LEGO discounts on this level for any other LEGO theme. I'm well aware that this is a slightly controversial opinion, but I personally really enjoyed collecting the wacky minifigures and printed beat-bit tiles of the theme, which is why I really like the Bandmates blind boxes. I also think that LEGO really excelled in the minifigures of the range, with their vibrant prints and detailed new head moulds. The unicorn head mould actually recently returned in 2023, recoloured into a unicorn knight head for the LEGO Store Builder minifigure stand. Unsurprisingly, LEGO announced that LEGO Video would not be returning in 2022, and stated that the app would be shutting down on the 24th of January 2024, but LEGO Video will live on in supermarket bargain bins for years to come. LEGO Hidden Side had 3 ranges between 2019 and 2020, centred around vlogger Jack Davis, his friend Parker, mad scientist JB, Daredevil El Fuego and lovable ghost dog Spencer. The main storyline of this theme was the characters using their smartphones to uncover and combat paranormal activity in the haunted town of Newbury. Similar to Video, LEGO released an accompanying augmented reality app for the theme, in which LEGO fans could find haunted secrets in their own physical LEGO Hidden Side sets. A lot of effort was put into promoting Hidden Side, with LEGO producing magazines, numerous adverts, and a TV series of shorts that were posted to LEGO's official YouTube channel, which performed really well in terms of views. Arguably, a lot of the LEGO Hidden Side sets beat LEGO City at its own game, particularly the Haunted High School and Mystery Castle, and there were also sets like the Graveyard Mystery as well as the Newbury Subway, a set name that I always found amusing because I always thought that Jack had a striking resemblance to Jake, the protagonist of the endless mobile runner game Subway Surfers. Although Jack may have shared Jake's wardrobe, he unfortunately didn't share Jake's ability to hold attention spans, since the theme ended in 2020 and all Hidden Side sets were discontinued by the end of the year. There are many reasons that I think the theme didn't work out, particularly the ambiguous box art that didn't clearly show the contents of the set until you turned the box around, meaning the set struggled to capture the attention of kids looking at the store shelves. The Hidden Side app shut down in 2023, meaning the theme is now even deader than the ghosts it features. It just goes to show that LEGO's apps and digital gimmicks will always be temporary, and nothing can replace the permanent nature of the LEGO brick. LEGO Nexo Knights ran from 2016 to 2018, receiving 3 ranges. It was based around 5 knights protecting the fictional world of Knighton: Leader Clay, Rebellious Princess Macy, Vain Lance, Thrill Seeker Aaron, and Axel, all of whom were conveniently named after their weapons. It was LEGO's second attempt to find a replacement for Ninjago, and some elements of the theme were basically copying the core formula of its predecessor. For example, in the TV show, you've got the central hero, headstrong female character, the chilled-out ginger jokester, a bearded wizard fulfilling the role of sensei, a character who takes Kai's narcissistic traits and amplifies them, the foodie who's the brawn of the team, and the child who is desperate to join in on the action and eventually joins the team. And all of these characters are introduced by name in the catchy intro, just like Ninjago's iconic Season 1 and 2 Weekend Whip intros. Plus you've got Jestro, a villain who used to be good until he went down the wrong path and acquired a weapon that allowed him to create things in his evil quest. And there are so many more comparisons that I can make, showing that Nexo Knights basically copied Ninjago's homework and changed it a bit. Despite these similarities, I do think that Nexo Knights did have some unique points that gave the theme some real potential. It introduced a large amount of new pieces, some of which are still being used today, and the updated take on the LEGO Castle theme gave some really great builds and minifigures. Even though the theme sold poorly, I will always appreciate what it brought to the world of LEGO. In 2013, LEGO launched a new theme that was intended to replace Ninjago, LEGO Chima. Chima is well known for its anthropomorphic animal figures with unique head moulds, and the animal theming continues really nicely into the builds, particularly the different vehicles of the theme and the Lion Chi Temple from Wave 3. Chima's equivalent to the LEGO Ninjago spinners were the collectible Speedors sets, a trading card based game, and each Speedors set contained a figure, a vehicle and some trading cards. Chima also had a range of buildable figures, because this was back in the era when LEGO made a lot of these, following on from the success of Bionicle. Personally though, I'm not a fan of these Chima ones, and they didn't come out as well as the theme's minifigures. Like Ninjago, Chima also had its own cartoon TV show, which ran for 3 seasons. It told the story of 2 childhood best friends, Lavel the lion and Cracker the crocodile, who led their animal tribes into battle over the energy source Chi, before resolving their conflict. LEGO Chima is also known for having one of the largest LEGO sets to ever be in one singular box. The 10,004-piece Ultimate Battle for Chi contains some of the best sets from Chima's run, and was won by 2 lucky winners of a competition in the free LEGO Club magazine that asked readers to build a LEGO fortress to protect Chi and submit a picture of their build to LEGO's website. This monumental set was like a final celebration of Chima, since the theme was discontinued at the end of 2015. Launching in 2011, Alien Conquest only ever received 1 wave, which consisted of 7 sets, 2 polybags, and a blister pack. The theme revolved around the Alien Defense Unit, known as the ADU for short. When aliens cause multiple mass abductions in our cities, the ADU soldiers step up to protect civilians from having their brainpower drained to fuel alien spaceships. The theme had a total of 14 minifigures, my favourites of which being the 4 different alien figures, who were made up of a unique range of new moulded heads and printed parts. The headpiece used by the Alien Android and Alien Commander figures was actually recoloured the following year, the LEGO Minifigures Series 8 Alien Villainess figure, but none of these alien heads have returned since. Alien Conquest also had figures for the 6 ADU soldiers, the abducted businessman, and the reporter, who was the central character in LEGO's Alien Conquest shorts, which was styled like a TV news broadcast reporting on the alien invasion. I do love all of the unique pieces introduced by the theme, but I could totally see why it was outlasted by LEGO Ninjago, which began in the same year. In 2013, LEGO launched a new theme called Galaxy Squad, which was similar yet unrelated to Alien Conquest, and it only just missed out on a place in my top 10. Next up is Bionicle, which is often credited as one of the factors that saved LEGO from bankruptcy. When the first wave released in 2001, LEGO was still in the midst of their 1990s financial troubles. In 1998, they had faced their first ever yearly loss and had to lay off 1,000 employees. This only worsened, and in 2004 they reported a loss of £174 million. With the company on the brink of collapse, Bionicle's success was a much-needed win for LEGO. Bionicle's sets consisted of a range of buildable, Technic-based characters at a range of sizes and price points, and was one of the first original LEGO themes to have its own storyline, which was told across a range of comics, games and animated media. And its success paved the way for future narrative-based LEGO themes, such as Ninjago and Bionicle's successor, Hero Factory, which replaced Bionicle when it ended in 2010. However, Bionicle returned for a short-lived second generation from 2015 to 2016, but many believe that the revival ranges failed to capture the spirit of the original. Even 23 years on from its launch, Bionicle still has a hugely active fanbase, and numerous Bionicle projects have been submitted to the LEGO Ideas platform in recent years. Last year alone, LEGO released the LEGO Store Bionicle gift with purchase, as well as a Bionicle reference on Bracer 7's torso in the LEGO Ninjago City Market set. Even if Bionicle never makes a full-scale return, it will live on as references in other sets, and it will always have a strong legacy of greatly helping LEGO as a brand. LEGO Hero Factory was based around a team of robotic heroes that had been built and customised by an organisation to protect the galaxy from villains. The team, known as Alpha 1, consisted of numerous characters such as Stormer, Furno, Stringer, Bulk, Surge, Breeze, Evo, Nex and Rocker, who had their own individual personalities and backstories that were shown in the Hero Factory TV show, which detailed their missions as they battled the evil mastermind Von Nebula, who used to be a part of the Heroes team. In the sets, these characters were depicted as buildable figures, similar to Bionicle, until the final wave of sets in 2015 shrunk them down to minifigure scale characters. Personally, I love how the theme placed the focus on originality, through the way it encouraged the creative customization of the sets. There was even a free Hero Creator game available on the Hero Factory website back in the day. The theme ran from 2010 until it was discontinued in 2015, and I personally prefer the sets and story of Hero Factory to Bionicle, even though I believe that Bionicle had a greater impact on LEGO's history. Monster Fighters was a 2012 LEGO theme which received a single release of 9 sets, including my personal favourites of the Vampire Castle, the Zombies and the Haunted House, as well as 4 polybags. It had no TV show, but numerous shorts and adverts were used to tell the story of the team of Monster Fighters: Major Quinton Steele, Frank Rock, Jack McHammer, Anne Lee, and London aristocrat leader Dr. Rodney Rathbone. Together they embark on a mission to stop the evil Lord Vampire from collecting all 6 moonstones and turning day into night forever by bringing about an eternal eclipse of the sun and unleashing an army of monsters. The stats included numerous monster minifigures, such as the now iconic Swamp Creature, which received an apocalyptic update in the 2019 LEGO Movie 2 minifigure series. I do wish that we received a second wave of Monster Fighter sets, because I think the theme had a lot of unused potential. Power Miners is a beloved, nostalgic LEGO theme that released its first wave of sets in 2009. Based on the 1999 Rock Raiders theme, Power Miners focused on 4 Power Miners named Rex, Doc, Brains and Duke. This was back before pretty much every LEGO theme had its own TV show, but thankfully fans have narrative-based adverts to tell the story of these brave explorers as they discovered the powerful energy crystals that were being consumed by rock monsters, causing quakes on the surface of the LEGO world. The Power Miners fought to protect the Earth from these menacing rock monsters, and the sets provided numerous mining vehicles for the heroes. The following waves gave new uniforms to the Power Miners, as well as new giant rock monsters in Wave 2 and lava monsters in Wave 3. Despite this, Wave 3, which was released in 2010, couldn't match the success of the earlier waves, and the theme was discontinued. Still, it's remarkable that the Power Miners theme still manages to be so fondly remembered over a decade later for its creativity, unique builds, and iconic characters. Before I reveal my first place discontinued LEGO theme, don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed so far and consider subscribing for more LEGO content. The legend of the lost underwater city of Atlantis was turned into a LEGO theme in 2010, revolving around the protagonist deep-sea salvage crew of Captain Ace Speedman, Axel Storm, Lance Spears, apprentice Bobby Boy and Professor Sam Rhodes as they discover Atlantis and its inhabitants, including the villainous squid, shark and manta warriors. Across 3 waves, LEGO Atlantis had a range of vehicles, futuristic submarines, brick-built sea creatures and aquatic locations, such as the portal to Atlantis and the city of Atlantis, which is probably my favourite set of the theme. LEGO Atlantis is also known for having a variety of smaller sets too, making it much more financially accessible to young LEGO fans than a lot of modern LEGO themes, such as Monkey Kid. LEGO Atlantis also had a revolutionary 22-minute animated mini-movie that was released by the Cartoon Network website. It was one of LEGO's first voice-acted animations, meaning it was a monumental step towards the success of future LEGO TV shows, such as Ninjago, Chima, Nexo Knights, Monkey Kid and most recently LEGO Dreams. The originality of Atlantis' iconic builds and minifigures is what earned it the top spot on my list, because I believe that its quality was truly ahead of its time. And that draws my list to a close. I've really enjoyed taking a look back through LEGO's history, so I'd love to hear what your favourite discontinued original LEGO theme is in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, bye!